Have you ever said something in anger that you wished you could take back? Maybe it happened during an argument with your spouse, a disagreement with a friend, a difficult conversation at work, or perhaps it happened online, where a few seconds of emotion became words that lasted forever. The strange thing about anger is that it feels powerful. In the moment, it convinces us we're seeing clearly. But more often than not, anger doesn't sharpen our judgment. It clouds it. More than 2,500 years ago, Confucius understood this simple truth. He believed that a person's true character wasn't revealed when life was easy. It was revealed when emotions ran high. Anyone can remain calm when everything goes according to plan. Wisdom begins when things don't. Confucius taught that the superior person, the junzi, never allowed emotion to outrun virtue. Not because emotions were bad, but because emotions are temporary. Character is permanent. Today we celebrate quick reactions, instant opinions, instant outrage, instant replies. Social media rewards whoever reacts first. But Confucius would have asked something very different. Is your reaction making the world better, or simply making more noise? He believed every action should pass through the filter of wisdom before becoming words. That single habit changes everything. Think about how many problems begin with emotion speaking before reason arrives. An angry email, a sarcastic comment, a careless insult, a decision made out of frustration. Most regrets don't begin with careful thought. They begin with uncontrolled emotion. Confucius once taught, when anger rises, think of the consequences. It sounds simple, but imagine how different our lives would look if we actually practiced it. How many relationships would survive? How many careers would improve? How much unnecessary stress would disappear? The problem isn't that we become angry. The problem is believing anger deserves the final word. Confucius believed self-control was one of the highest forms of strength, not because it impressed others, because it protected your own character. Anyone can shout, anyone can insult, anyone can seek revenge. Real strength is remaining the kind of person you want to be, even when someone else gives you every reason not to. This doesn't mean becoming passive. Confucius never argued that we should ignore injustice or pretend everything is acceptable. He believed we should confront problems, but we should confront them wisely. There's a profound difference between responding with conviction and reacting with emotion. One builds respect, the other often destroys it. Modern psychology agrees. When emotions take over, our ability to think clearly shrinks. We stop listening, we stop learning, we stop asking questions. Instead, we become consumed with being right. Confucius would argue that this is where growth stops, because the person who always believes they're right never leaves room to become wiser. One of the greatest lessons Confucius taught was humility. Not weakness, humility. The willingness to pause, to listen, to reflect, to admit you may not see the entire picture. That kind of restraint isn't easy, but it is powerful. Imagine approaching your next disagreement with curiosity instead of certainty. Imagine asking, "What am I missing?" instead of, "How do I win?" Those questions don't make you smaller, they make you wiser. Confucius believed every conversation was an opportunity to cultivate virtue, patience, respect, kindness, self-control. These qualities aren't developed when life is comfortable. They're forged in difficult moments. The person who insults you becomes an opportunity to practice patience. The person who disagrees with you becomes an opportunity to practice humility. The setback becomes an opportunity to practice perseverance. This changes everything. Life stops happening to you. Life begins shaping you. That may be Confucius's greatest lesson. Every challenge is also a classroom. Every difficult person is also a teacher. Every emotional moment is an opportunity to strengthen your character. Because in the end, people won't remember how loudly you argued. They'll remember how consistently you carried yourself. Calm, respectful, steady, wise. The next time anger rises, pause. The next time you're tempted to react immediately, pause. The next time emotion tells you to speak, Ask yourself one simple question. Will these words make me proud tomorrow? If the answer is no, silence may be the wiser choice. Confucius believed that mastering others was never the goal. Mastering yourself was. And perhaps that's the beginning of real wisdom.